My girlfriend of 2 years had no issues introducing me as a friend to her new coworkers, so I had no issues flirting with one of them, but after we talked about it, she said I cheated and she was only embarrassed to admit she was dating me because of my ethnicity. Me, 28M, and my girlfriend, 29F, have been together for more than 2 years. We recently moved to a new city, and she has started working in a new place 3 months ago. 2 days ago was an after-work get-together event at a bar with her coworkers, and she forgot her phone charger at home and her battery was low. I went to give her the extra power bank we have at home, as her phone uses the old USB type. As I went to her table to give it to her, one of her colleagues asked her who I am. Before I could say anything, she replied, "This is my friend, my name." He agreed to lend me the charger. I was a bit taken aback, and looked to her and said, "Friend?" She just laughed and said, "You are so funny, thank you for this," and waved to me, as in implying goodbye. One of the other colleagues asked me that if I was free, I can also join them, and I said why not, and I could sense the annoyance on my girlfriend's face. People were drinking, some talked to me and asked me questions, made conversation, what do I do, where did I grow up, etc. I should mention at this point that my girlfriend and most of her colleagues there were Chinese, and I am Indian. This becomes relevant later. Whenever someone would ask me anything related to how I met my girlfriend, she would pipe up to answer in a way that wasn't untrue, but completely omits any romance, giving the impression that we were just old friends. This kept bothering me, and I will admit I was getting pretty angry. Then one of the colleagues, who initially asked who I was, pretty drunk now, said GF's name never told us she had such a good-looking friend and laughed. My GF also did a small polite laugh. I replied I didn't know she had such a pretty colleague either and winked at her, which made her laugh more, but my GF became visibly upset. Another colleague said to my GF, "Seems like you are an expert Cupid." My GF was turning red, and I was also feeling slightly uncomfortable, so after a bit more chit-chat I made an excuse and said I got to go. The colleague said I should get her number from my girlfriend, and then I left. Now, when she came back she refused to talk to me, and yesterday she angrily told me that I had kind of cheated on her, and hurt her badly. I replied that although what I did was hurtful, she also needs to own up that introducing me as just a friend was hurtful. She refuses to acknowledge it as wrong, saying that she is just socially awkward, and she thought that her colleagues might react weirdly to her dating an Indian guy, as they all are dating white or other Chinese people. Her reasoning is that it is a lot of explanation and questions regarding interracial dating, and she just wanted to avoid all that. I don't buy it. I feel she just wanted to hide the fact that she is dating me. We are at an impasse. I refuse to apologize till she sees that what she did was wrong, and she thinks she did not do anything wrong, and I was mean. Am I a jerk here? Commenter 1. Absolutely not a jerk. Your girlfriend essentially erased your relationship to her new friends. New friends, I might add, who clearly didn't give a toss about your ethnicity. Your judgment was right. She just didn't want to admit she was dating you. Sorry, but that's a deal breaker. Commenter 2. Not a jerk. Your girlfriend introduced you as just a friend after 2 years together. That's hurtful. Flirting back was petty, but understandable. She can't hide the relationship and expect you to act like her boyfriend in front of people she's hiding you from. You both need to talk honestly about why she's ashamed to acknowledge you. Update. Thank you all for your responses and advice on my previous post. The last 3 days were a whirlwind. To answer some questions people had, in the work friend group that day there were 3 guys as well. I did not publicly correct her because saving face is quite important for her. She would have had a literal panic attack if I had done that. On Friday we talked. I admitted I was petty, but I was also hurt from her introduction as a friend. She broke down. At work they have a group chat where they share memes and it gave her the impression that they hate Indian people. She did not want to become the topic of jokes, so she had planned to introduce me slowly to the group, as a friend, and after they start liking me, reveal that we are dating. This had backfired badly because I started talking to them last week before she was ready, and she got anxious and went into autopilot mode to support her initial lie that I was a friend. She felt helpless, guilty and hurt when they found me acceptable and cool and I started flirting. Why did she not tell me all this earlier? She felt that it would make me dislike her coworkers who are otherwise actually nice people and I would feel bad that she works with them. I asked her if I could see that group chat. I wanted to make sure this was the reason and not a work crush as many suggested. Almost 1/3 of the older memes they shared were Indians dirty, uncivilized, or Indians horny creeps, etc. Y'all know, they are plenty on IG. There were also some about Southeast Asians, all mostly posted by one guy and one girl, others would just laugh, react, or do a one-liner. I scrolled back to an old message by my ex, GF, to one of these memes. She had said, "I have an Indian friend, he is pretty nice actually." Someone had replied, "You found one of the clean ones," to a bunch of laugh reacts. There were also some recent messages after they met me, but I didn't bother read and translate it all. I realized that although she liked my personality and looks, she was never very interested in my language or culture. Since I started dating her, I got an HSK3, can cook most Chinese dishes perfectly, know all about her region, but Holy will come and go without her still knowing what Holy is. I felt hurt by how those kinds of jokes weren't a big enough deal for her. I asked her why she never said anything to them about these jokes. She said this is the kind of reaction why she didn't tell me before. She feels like a relationship is private, and it is not a part of who she is as a person, especially at work, so she saw no reason to create tension. I feel she just means I'm not worth it. I asked her point blank if she would have preferred if I was not Indian. She said it would have made her life easier. That stung me. I packed some clothes and went to a friend's house. I don't even know how to write about my feelings even now, but I felt very hurt, as if my trust was completely broken by her. My friend is going on vacation and will let me stay at his place while I find a new one. Today I went to get my other belongings, and she was crying a lot. She says she does not understand why something so minor can make me break up and throw away a good thing. She says she loves me, and if it is so important she will change her workplace. I told her I will need to think about things, but I cannot be with her right now. My brain honestly feels like a jumble right now. I know that I feel hurt but having a hard time articulating what are the things that hurt me. Commenter 1. It's interesting that she feels that erasing a whole part of who you are is something so minor. She wasn't proud of you. Didn't defend you. Didn't have courage to call you hers publicly. So she loses all the goodness that you are. I'm proud of you for choosing yourself and holding a line. It would be easy to just try to get past this, but you're honoring your worth. Your ex can find an easier partner more aligned with her ingrained racism. In the meantime, you're going to go on kicking goals in life. Commenter 2. Bruh. This is not minor. She is delulu if she thinks their racism and her own is minor. You were absolutely right to break things off with her. Do not ever consider getting back with her. Racism should be a deal breaker. End of story. Commenter 3. I mean, she's in a den of racists and was too weak to be a good person for months. She was willing to be going out for drinks friends with racists when she had an Indian boyfriend. Not to mention that she keeps doing this in multiple situations, presumably because she's not willing to be publicly in a relationship with you. She's ashamed of your race/ethnicity, as it reflects poorly on her in her worldview. She sucks. Commenter 4. She says she does not understand why something so minor can make me break up and throw away a good thing. The fact she considers this minor is proof she isn't capable of being a good partner to you. It has nothing to do with changing her workplace because the problem is her and will remain a problem no matter where she works or who she meets. She's made it clear she isn't interested in your culture and isn't willing to stand up for you even against people who don't matter, so she certainly would never stand up for you against her family or other people important to her.